Caught my ex cheating with her cousin, and when I confronted her, she lied, claiming the other guy was just a friend. After I broke up, she begged for another chance while sleeping with the guy she wanted me to befriend. Now I'm fighting back. So I 22 male and my ex-girlfriend 22 female were together for half a year. I always treated her as well as I could. Her friends and family would tell her how incredibly lucky she was to have met me, and for the first time I felt accepted. About 3 months into our relationship, we were out with her friend while she was getting her nails done. This was not a significant issue for me. She allowed me to use her phone for a moment, and a notification from a guy I had never seen before appeared. I tried not to be intrusive, but she usually updated me about herself and mentioned if new people added her, so I found it strange. I went through her phone and discovered that she was role-playing with another guy. She had also sent him our personal video, which was something I felt uncomfortable making in the first place, but she insisted on recording it. I found videos, her explicit images, and weeks' worth of infidelity. I was foolish and took her back after she promised she would change and prove it to me. I disregarded my instincts and accepted her back anyway. Another 3 months passed without any issues. She seemed happy and constantly reminded me of how much joy I brought her, expressed her desire to marry me, have my children, and suggested we get a hotel room, things of that nature. When she came over again at the beginning of the year, we fell asleep at my house. She was sleeping in my arms when I suddenly had a shaky gut feeling I couldn't ignore, so I checked her phone. I found nothing on Snapchat, so I checked her Messenger and regular messages. That is where I discovered she had been texting her ex-boyfriend, who she had vehemently claimed she hated and that he had ruined her life. They had been video calling for the entire month with another person whom she, my ex-girlfriend, refused to identify. After that, I checked Messenger and found a message stating, "I'll do it after my boyfriend's." In my mind, I was thinking, do what? Who is this guy? I clicked into it and I learned that they'd been video calling all month and longer. She was sending him explicit images, and the entire time the only thing I could focus on was her repeatedly stating, "I'm with my boyfriend and I'm at my boyfriend's," knowing full well that she shouldn't be doing it. After I found out my ex and I broke up, she called to discuss it. I began asking how long she had been doing this. She said not long, but I have since realized that she is a pathological liar. She then claimed that the guy she sent explicit images to was none other than her cousin, whom I had met about a month prior during Christmas. They were involved at that point. I have also learned that she lied about her friend, who has the same name as me. She wanted both him and me to be friends so she could hang out with him, but it turned out they had been sexual partners for years. Then she introduced me to her friend's friend, making it seem like she knew him only through her friend, only to find out they were also sexual partners. A week after we broke up, she began messaging me, crying about how she wanted me back, how she deserved another chance, and that she would change, etc. during that very same night. She was having sex with the guy she wanted me to be friends with while simultaneously trying to get me to come over and fix things. I apologize if this is difficult to follow. Punctuation has never been my strong suit, nor is typing. The moral of the story is, just because someone says something does not mean they will follow through. Please pay more attention to actions than to words. As an update, as of February 22, 2025, she has attempted to reach out to me multiple times in efforts to win me back. I decided to talk to her and listen to what she had to say. At this point, I genuinely have no interest in her. She went on to say that she only wants me. I found her new Facebook account, which features a picture of her kissing one of the guys she wanted me to befriend, the same week she was actively telling me she only wanted me. To clarify, it was the very first post on the new account, which she later changed 3 times in an apparent attempt to cover her tracks. I then asked her if she even understood how I felt, and she responded with very superficial answers. When I asked her if she knew why she was apologizing, she took 2 minutes to type a perfectly structured, capitalized, and punctuated apology. She spells "you're" as "you are." I want to take a moment to sincerely express how sorry I am for the way things ended between us. Looking back, I realized there were moments I could have handled differently and feelings I did not fully appreciate at the time. I never intended to hurt you, and it truly pains me to think of the impact my actions had on our relationship. I have spent a lot of time reflecting on our shared experiences, and I genuinely regret any pain I caused you. You deserve happiness and love, and I hope that you can find it, whether with me or someone else. I am grateful for the memories we created and want you to know that I wish you nothing but the best moving forward. She has never typed like this, and after sending the apology, she immediately returned to her typical responses of please, okay, yeah, and other very simplistic replies. She has created multiple accounts and I have blocked them all. I am genuinely trying to move forward in my life. Next week, I am going to sign up for a mixed martial arts gym so I can compete as an amateur, something I have always wanted to do since middle school. I am not going back to her. I have decided to continue working on myself. I have started eating a little better, and this past week I have returned to the gym. I had been away for about a month. I used to go regularly, and it feels nice to get back on track. I have never used Reddit for anything other than figuring out old video games, so this has all been quite new for me. Thank you all for the support. A lot of it has helped. Story 2. After M tried to cheat on me, he claimed, "I would never lie to you again." But when I confronted him, he spun it all on my reaction. I ended up waiting outside until sunrise while his family brought his keys, only for him to ghost me. Now I'm heartbroken and terrified for his well-being. Did I do the right thing by cutting him off? He attempted to deceive me, which made me angry, and now the focus is on my reaction rather than his lack of accountability for his cheating attempt. Recently, my boyfriend M30 and I M25 have separated. A few weeks ago, he sent me a Snapchat while he was at work and it came through on a 3-second timer. When I questioned him about it, he claimed his phone overheated or glitched, but I did not believe that. After I pushed back on his explanation, he assured me that he would never lie to me again because he understood how much he had hurt me. I stayed up until nearly 3 a.m. waiting for him to come home, as he had suggested we get food together. When he arrived, we did not go to get food, went to bed, and he was very affectionate. Eventually, he admitted that earlier that morning, while I was in a Zoom call with my therapist in the next room, he had taken a photo of his backside to send to a straight man he has had feelings for years. He claims he did not send it, but I do not trust him. We spent hours arguing, crying, and experiencing a range of emotions. The next day, he dropped me off at my friend's house for a party. During the drive, he held my hand and expressed his love for me, instructing me to message him if I needed a ride home. Later that evening, I told him I thought I would stay with my friends. He said everything was fine and that he would be staying with his family. After that, he stopped responding to my calls and texts. When I returned home, I discovered that he had already packed a bag and his laptop, indicating that he had planned his departure before even going to work. Although I was quite drunk, not an excuse, I expressed to him how selfish, inconsiderate, and avoidant he was. When he finally answered, I yelled at him over the phone and said I would come to see him, which I know was not a good choice. He was extremely dismissive, and I later learned that his sister was next to him, recording the call and advising him on how to respond. I ordered food to absorb the alcohol, and amidst the chaos, I forgot my keys. I continued to try calling him to let me in, but eventually he turned off his phone and ignored my calls and texts. I sat on the pavement from 3 a.m. until about 8 a.m. when his family brought me his set of keys and let me inside. For several days, he continued to avoid me, saying he was coming home, then saying he wasn't, and then suggesting he would return after Christmas. I ultimately decided to break up with him. Each time we have discussed the situation, he has made it entirely about my reaction to the news and has taken no responsibility for his actions. In the past, he has lied about several matters involving his ex. 4 months into our relationship, I had to ask him to unfollow his ex's alternate Twitter account and to stop sending explicit photographs. He has also lied about his ex reaching out to him and about an item he retrieved for me while we were dating, which he later gave to his ex, and lied about multiple times over the course of 14 months. He never deleted his dating profiles, only the applications, and we have had multiple discussions about sex and pornography. At a wedding we attended, he outed me as transgender to his friends by calling me over to inform them about the scar cream I used and to show them my scars. When I requested space afterward because I was upset, he and his sister continued to follow me. Despite all these occurrences, I still find myself blaming myself. If I had not gotten angry or if I had gone for a walk instead of attempting to resolve things immediately, perhaps I was being unrealistic or demanding too much. I believe that by cooking, cleaning, washing all of his clothes, adjusting my schedule to accompany him to his performances, and doing more activities he enjoyed, I could mend our relationship. Clearly, that was not the case. For the past week and a half, I have been hard on myself, believing that the collapse of this relationship is my fault and longing for him to return. Because despite everything, he can be incredibly kind, sweet, caring, thoughtful, and loving. It was only after I lost my job about 6 months ago that we began to argue more frequently. He has claimed that my job loss and the disputes with insurance agencies and Centrelink have caused him stress and contributed to his actions. He visited a few weeks ago and we were intimate. He expressed his love for me, shared how much he missed me, mentioned that some of his clothes still carry my scent, and admitted that he had fantasized about us together. I am completely confused about what is happening, what will happen next, and how to interpret everything that has occurred. I do not know how to move forward while still being in love with this man, especially since I understand that the reasons behind his actions are closely related to unhealed trauma. It breaks my heart because he has hurt me deeply, but I recognize that this is largely due to his own unresolved pain. I have also learned that he was using the application for a toy we purchased together to send explicit messages to other people. Most recently, he confided in me about how low he has been feeling, expressing thoughts of suicide and self-harm. I have cut off all contact with him, unfriended and unfollowed him on all platforms. We were supposed to meet for coffee, but when I confronted him about some of his inappropriate behavior, he concocted an excuse about needing to help his parents with their kitchen renovations, claiming there were bricks where they should not be. It felt like a clear attempt to avoid discussing the issues at hand. I feel absolutely terrible for cutting him off. I am deeply saddened by the thought of never speaking to him again and worry about encountering him in public. I am genuinely afraid that he may reach a breaking point or seriously hurt himself, and I do not want him to leave this world. Story 3. Cheated on by my boyfriend's online affair with a 16-year-old. It was just a joke, he said, but his emotional betrayal lasted 5 months and included I love yous and secret texts. Now I'm left questioning, was I nothing but a distraction? Can I really trust him again? Is he still deceiving me? I am a 24-year-old female and have been betrayed by my 23-year-old male boyfriend of 3 years. This was an online emotional affair that lasted for 5 months toward the end of 2023. It began on Xbox, where my partner became friends with a large group of individuals from the other side of the world. He claims he fell into a rut after completing his degree and being unable to secure a graduate job. He expressed shame as all of his friends in real life had landed their graduate jobs. Consequently, he used this new virtual friend group as an escape. It is also noteworthy that these individuals were teenagers, aged 15 to 18, making them significantly younger than my boyfriend. I recall during this period that he would play video games constantly. In September of last year, my boyfriend approached me very distressed regarding a prank he had played in late 2023 with one of the girls on Xbox. He said he had done something incredibly childish and immature in an attempt to fit in with this friend group, describing it as an escape from the new responsibilities in his life. He had pretended to show interest in one of the girls to troll her, as one of his male friends had suggested the idea as a joke. I acknowledge how immature and absurd this sounds. Naturally, I was upset and interrogated him. He gradually revealed information, saying this prank lasted 1 week, 2 weeks, and then a month at most. Eventually, he claimed to have ended it by informing her that it was all a prank and they never communicated again. He emphasized that he never had any feelings for her and regarded it as nothing, suggesting he had forgotten about the entire incident until that September when he suddenly remembered it and viewed it differently, believing I should know about it. He asserted he would never even think of doing something so foolish now. When he revealed this to me, I subsequently messaged the girl and our stories aligned. She claimed it was insignificant and that I should trust my boyfriend because he was a decent person. At that time, they had not spoken in nearly a year. Fast forward to just over a week ago. My boyfriend had been feeling intense guilt ever since September, and he suddenly had additional information to share. He confessed that he spoke with the girl on the same day I contacted her to verify what she would disclose to me. Again, I was devastated and could not fathom how he could have done all of this behind my back. This was the healthiest and most loving relationship I had ever experienced, and I had planned on marrying him one day, believing I had truly found someone wonderful. Naturally, with this new information, I messaged the girl again, and now her story had changed. She suddenly insisted she would not permit her boyfriend to do what mine had done. She explained that in September, she had gone along with it because she did not want to break up a couple over something that, in her view, was just online and could potentially be resolved. However, I uncovered new revelations. The emotional affair lasted approximately 5 months. They exchanged declarations of missing each other, expressions of love, went to sleep on the phone together, and he referred to her as baby. I was shown a few sexual text messages sent by my boyfriend. No pictures were ever exchanged. He instructed her not to message him while he was with me. He still had bikini pictures of his ex saved on his phone, which he sent to this girl and discussed who knows what. She was the one who ghosted him, which is why they never spoke again. He did not end things as he claimed. My entire world and the relationship as I knew it shattered. I communicated my discoveries to my boyfriend, and he has shown complete remorse since then. He admits he knew it was worse than he initially confessed, but he genuinely did not remember the extent of it. He claims he was a coward for not sharing more of the story as he was terrified of losing me. He says he convinced himself he could forget and move past it without telling me because it meant nothing to him. He insists that this was merely a joke to him and that he has no reason to lie about anything else since the worst has already happened. I also found it intriguing that he mentioned something like, "She was 16, I could not have liked her in that way." Is he trying to convince himself of this because he knows the age difference is wrong, or is that the truth? He states that the attention may have felt nice at the time, he has very low self-esteem, but he assures me that was all it was for him. Upon discovering this new information, I immediately ended the relationship, and we did not communicate for a week. I believed I could not move beyond this due to the multitude of lies. I felt that without contact, I could vilify him in my mind and genuinely feel that I did not deserve this treatment. After a week, he arrived at my house with flowers, and we ended up talking for 6 hours. He is committed to improving himself and has sought therapy and counseling. I still love this man and have never had any other reason to believe he was anything but kind, loving, and willing to do anything for me. However, I am so blindsided by the fact that he could also deceive me and engage in this behavior with a 16-year-old girl. Regarding his insistence that it was merely a joke for him, is he lying to himself? How can something that persisted for so long be considered a joke? Am I being manipulated? Please provide advice and perspectives and be brutally honest. I do not care. This is my first serious breakup, and I find myself trying to convince myself that what he did was not so bad because it was online. Is this normal because I miss him? Story 4. Caught snooping on my girlfriend's phone, I uncovered her messaging her ex, discussing feelings I thought we had left behind. "I miss Joe," she texted casually while laughing with her guy best friend about me. Now she's begging for forgiveness, but can I trust her again? About 2 weeks ago, I 22 years old male experienced a sudden intuition that urged me to look through my partner's 23 years old female phone while she was asleep in the morning. Something about her reserved demeanor when discussing her ex the previous day did not sit well with me. I had never snooped through any of my previous partner's phones before, and this was a first for me, which made me extremely anxious. I unlocked her phone and headed directly to her Snapchat, knowing that she had kept in contact with him there, so I located him fairly quickly. I discovered that she had messaged him in December without informing me. Initially, she began by apologizing for the 1-year anniversary of his cat's death, and then the conversation shifted to him inquiring about who her new partner was, followed by her asking him if he truly loved her. He replied in the affirmative, and she abruptly ended the conversation, asking him not to tell anyone that they had spoken. This was enough to crush my heart because she had previously lied to me about messaging him after meeting at a bar. Early in our relationship, she had already crossed my boundaries with this behavior. But because she confessed the following day and claimed that she had not told me right away and had lied about not talking to him because she was drunk, I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt and did not question anything until I saw the messages of her reaching out to him again in December. Then I accessed her conversation with her male best friend, which I admittedly never openly expressed any disdain toward, yet I always remained suspicious of. In that chat dating back to when we were together, the end of September 2024, and continuing until December, there were numerous instances in which they both openly discussed and joked about deeply hurtful thoughts about me that I had never known she had. This included her reacting with laughter to her male best friend calling me a coward, her expressing how much she missed her ex saying, "I miss Joe," and her claiming that she feels bad for me because she thinks about her ex more often than when she is with me. They even discussed the fact that she is wasting my time because she will likely leave me. He was attempting to persuade her to go out for drinks with her ex, to which she responded with something along the lines of, "No, I can't while I am dating my boyfriend," which did not sound like she was genuinely resistant to the idea. Several other jokes and unkind comments were made, including disparaging remarks about me. I confronted her almost immediately, and she began to cry. After many tears and heavy breathing between the two of us, we ended up in a very rocky relationship for the next week. It became tumultuous. She did not want to end the relationship and was in turmoil. She explained that she does not have feelings for her ex and has not since at least December. She admitted that she might not have realized that she still had some lingering feelings for him, but insisted she never acted on those feelings beyond messaging him. She felt an immense sense of guilt for everything she said about me and our relationship. She expressed disappointment and disgust in herself for how she spoke about me behind my back and how much she regrets it. It is true that since December there has been nothing else that I noticed occurring between her, her male friend, and her ex. She stated that since then she has come to realize how much she truly loves me and confessed that she may not have genuinely loved me or realized it during the early stages of our relationship. Regardless, I am heartbroken over the things she said and kept from me. Even if it is not physical cheating, I feel that this qualifies as emotional cheating at the very least. She wants to make this relationship work, and I find myself leaning in that direction as well. I would just appreciate advice from anyone willing to offer it. All of this occurred before the new year, and she claimed she has never loved someone as much as she loves me. She admitted she is desperate to make this work and regrets how she treated me behind my back by crossing my boundaries regarding her ex and speaking negatively about me to her male friend. She blocked both of them without consulting me and stated things like, "I do not care about them. I only want you, I only want us. Please believe me when I say I have loved you so much since December and I desire a future with you. I hid it because I was ashamed and afraid that you would leave me if you found out. Please try to see me as I am now, not as I was back then. It is gut-wrenching and I am so conflicted. I love her deeply and genuinely wanted a future with this girl. We had been friends for 4 years prior to the relationship. I am simply so hurt and torn. Am I overreacting? Am I making the right decision by choosing to remain with her? Do you view this as cheating? What are your thoughts on this situation?